Weatherman says we've got a few clear days. Barometer says, oh well, it's gone up. Mow or not to mow? It was a wet night. We were forecasted a dry day and a dry week. So I kept one of my guys back to give me a ham of hay making today. So oil's alright?
Yeah.
All greased?
Yeah.
So we're more or less ready to go then?
Yep.
So blow the dust off of it. So the old case has been checked over, got a leak on the washer bottle, but hopefully we won't need that. We're going to put the Lely on the case, on the 695, which Matthew will be in charge of later on. Matt did a year at Hartbury College learning how to be a farmer. The only problem is I don't think they taught him very much. He doesn't know how to put this on. So I'll show him.
Forward tab. Tab door. Right. Up. Go on up a bit more. And again. Hold it there.
This is quite handy with this.
I can hold it.
Alright, so a bit of right hand lock and back. Just want to snap him back in again. That's him. Right, you can hold that a minute.
Gear handbrake on. You wouldn't want your foot slipping off the clutch and squashing me, would you?
No, I wouldn't want that either.
Right, so that pin is out for a minute, so it's not locked. Right, just put the engine off a second.
So quite often it's easier to turn the PGO with the engine off. Let's see. Some of them have got like a brake on them.
Yeah.
That's on, that's on. You'll need that in there. So on this,
yeah.
Actually if you have that in there and you want to come out of it, I'll just go around the outside with this with you. Obviously this lot folds down. Yeah. This hook's a bit stiff. But what you should do is when you fold him up on the hydraulics, that hook should just pop down. He hasn't quite located in there. But if you're going on the road,
Yeah.
you must make sure that is locked down.
Yeah.
Because if he suddenly springs open into a lorry or a bus or something, you don't want to do that. So, here it isn't quite so, because we're going to go up down the fields, not quite so important. So do you want to plug in the services into the hydraulics? That's the other thing, with the engine off, there's less likely to be pressure on the system. That just push the ring in. Father will be pleased to see his tractor getting used. Go on, man. Go on, man. Go on, man. Well done. Right, so if you want to pick him up, and I'll lift the legs up a minute and we'll just see if he does fall down on this hydraulics.
You want that a second?
We'll bring it down on the flat one. Right, see me pick him up again now. That's it. We're going to bring him up into the yard. We'll get on a nice flat surface and then we'll set our top link. Right. I'll do. That right down. Drop the loader, Matt. Put the loader on the floor. That's it. You never leave the loader up, because YouTube was full of health and safety police. Isn't that right, Robert? So, I don't know if that's going to stick on there because there's a great big bird turd on it. Don't know if I want to lick that. Right, so, when we're raking, we want these rakes just skim the ground. So he's touching over there. Might have to take the PT off that. Let them spin. So we want them just to touch. Yeah, actually we ain't far away on that. The ground's not dead level. So we leave the top link of that, so we need to set the top link, and which he is. Yeah. We'll leave that down. Just got to do that nut up. Am I going the right way? I can go back on. Where is it? See, this is what they should be teaching you in college.
Yeah.
Not how to press bloody buttons. Because it's all very well the colleges having all the brand new best tractors in the world, supplied by the manufacturers trying to get the young farmers to buy them. "Oh, Daddy, you must go home and buy a new tractor because the one we got at college is much better than yours. Let's put the farm in debt for the rest of my life." Instead of, let's go and buy a tractor we can afford. It's a bit older, it hasn't got buttons, but you have to learn how to use it. So, that's locked on, that's on. So we're just doing that. So, where did I put the adjustable spanner? I think it's either in, I think it's in the Mustang actually.
Yeah.
We'll just lock this nut off. Right, just tighten that nut up on there so he's, I haven't got the graunched up dead tight, it's just got to be so that he doesn't adjust himself. Don't matter if you span upside down. Right, okay, right, so this thing is currently set in work mode.
Yeah.
This pin here, basically what happens when he's down on the floor, see the spring?
Yeah.
If you look inside there, there's a pin inside that spring, so when he goes down, he's not actually right on the down. This will actually lift up.
Yeah.
And it pulls that pin out of this lock, which means that the whole thing can move, sway backwards and forwards. When you pick it up on the headland, that pin drops down into one of these locator holes, and there's a line of locator holes in this black bar. So basically, whatever angle he is in, when you pick him up, is the angle he will be when you put him down. So if you go around a headland, go up a headland, and then turn round, and as you're turning round, you're turning left, and pick him up, the machine will be out to the left-hand side of you. And you're going around and you're putting them down. The idea is you've got to be in exactly the same angle of attack when you put him down. If you put him down when you're back in a straight line, you'll put a massive stress on those holes because it's all pushing against that pin. So the idea is when you go off the headland and pick him up, try and come off straight. Don't come off at an angle. So he'll lock himself straight. So when you pick him up, he locks. He doesn't swing. And I don't think there's anything you can do to adjust that. It's just it just does that. But obviously, if you're going over a bump on a highway with our potholes, this thing bounces up and down. He could jump a hole. So if you're on a road, you could be driving along that, and all of a sudden it's hanging out that side or this side. So you've got a pin here. That will locate down in there. So before he goes on the road, one, you've got to make sure you pick him up dead straight. I think he's actually hauled back, so he would normally be in that hole there. So you've got to pick up dead straight, and that has got to go down through that hole on the other side, so the whole thing is locked. So going on the road. Very important. Stops you taking the sides out of buses and stuff. Other than that, it's when you're actually working in the field, just don't hit stuff. Really. So. That's reasonably, we'll go through that later on anyway. So for the time being, he's on. We've got him set. This hasn't picked up, so we might actually have to adjust the top link again. So is the spanner still in there? We'll leave the spanner in there. Once we get in the field, we might have to make another adjustment on the top link, lengthen or shorten it, just to be on the safe side. Right, we'll leave it folded down for a minute. Don't break it because you don't want to buy a new one. I don't want to buy a new one either.